Welcome back to another episode of Comedy's Dead. I'm Saundra, I'm your host, and as always, it's a comedy podcast, so I am probably going to say things that might offend you. And it doesn't matter because guess what? Trump is in office. Yay, I guess, or if you didn't vote for him, who cares? Guess what? It doesn't matter because if you watch the inauguration, you know that these next 4 years, it has nothing to do with Donald Trump. It's all about Elon Musk. Oh, yes, it's all about the first friend and his little Nazi salute or Roman salute. Whatever it was, it doesn't matter. Okay, I just think that he got really excited because his net worth has increased by $230 billion. I would be saluting whoever, whatever. I would be excited too. I mean, I think he's taken too much ketamine. That's what I think. He's done too much ketamine. It's making him edgy. He has like guilt for having all this money, and you got to switch it up. It's time for some Molly. You need some serotonin. So Grimes, girl, if you're listening, next time you're around your baby daddy, you need to drop some Molly into his drink. You think they're going to censor that on YouTube? Probably. I mean, yeah, probably. But anyways, whatever, Grimes, the Molly, okay? And honestly, I think the whole entire country needs some Molly right now. I do. Listen, it goes great with the anal probes. Oh yeah, guys. I mean, let's be honest, okay? The American public is getting anally probed every day. It's like living under the Taliban, okay? I mean, everyone is just trying to stick a probe up your ass like it's Neuralink or something so they can just extract as much data as they can. So they can send it to some data center so they can just sell you more shit that you don't need, okay? And, most Americans love the anal probe. At least they think they do. They really don't know. I mean, they've been on social media engaging with bots that identify as human, and it's been telling them that anal probes are fun. Everyone's getting an anal probe. You have to get one. Live, laugh, lube. I got a sign off at Temu that said live, laugh, lube. I'll send you the link in the comments. Guys, that's where America is. Oh, yeah. I mean, between Temu and TikTok Shop and Amazon, whatever, we have turned this country into a junk drawer. And there's no going back. This is it, guys. And I know everyone was worried about the TikTok ban. And that's not going to happen. Okay, it's just not because Americans need to buy more junk. So we need TikTok, okay? And I don't want it banned. I really don't care. I mean, I just found it a little insane that TikTok, a foreign corporation from Singapore with a parent company, BitDance, from China, had the audacity to come to the United States and claim that their freedom of speech was going to be violated by either having to sell or ban TikTok. They violate Americans' First Amendment freedom of speech every day in this country. I mean, they take people's videos down all the time. I mean, they take mine down constantly for no reason. I mean, the most recent one they took down, I was making fun of the drones over Jersey, okay? And I was just saying that it was a CIA psyop, whatever. So the media and podcasters would have stuff to talk about so they could sell you erectile dysfunction pills, okay? And then I put a picture of AOC because she was a member of the congressional committee that asked questions about the drones. And then I copy and pasted a photo of E.T. sitting next to her at the hearing. Okay, and TikTok took it down for misinformation. I mean, clearly that's irony, okay? But I'm just saying, I can't go to the Supreme Court. There's no one for me to turn to, but they can come here and get fast tracked to the Supreme Court. So whatever, okay? And all the while, people like Heidi and Spencer Pratt get to go on TikTok every day and sell you guys healing crystals for $2,000. Healing crystals. That's misinformation, okay? There's nothing healing about those rocks, okay, guys? I'm sorry. I mean, they're rocks that make people retarded. Yes, there's no oxygen in those mines. I mean, those villagers, they mine for hours deep in the Earth's crust while they breathe in methane gas. Nothing healing about it, folks. I'm sorry. That's misinformation, okay? And if you guys saw the rocks, these gemstones, and their natural form, you definitely wouldn't be spending $2,000 on them, okay? Because most of them aren't even the same color that you buy them that when they come out of the ground, because they all have to be heat treated in an oven for 12 hours that heats up to like 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit to make them pretty enough so people spend $2,000 on them. Okay, and if you want the best clarity, you need one of those Sri Lanka villagers with black lung to blow on it over hot coals for I don't know, like 3 days or something. Okay, so saying that these rocks are gonna bring you wealth or protect you, that is misinformation. Not me joking about dick pills. Okay, so I mean, I'm sorry, but unless Spencer has some ancient Anglo-Saxon blow stick that he uses to blow on these rocks, you know, over like hot embers, like he did Brody Jenner's dick for that spot on the hills, then it's misinformation. Yes, God, it is. Okay, I'm over the TikTok. I'm over being censored. Well, you know, they get to sell rocks for $2,000. Okay, it's insane. All right, and listen, if you want to speak about healing powers, it was that whole family. Guys, we got to talk about the Kardashians and the Jenners, okay? Because if it wasn't for Bruce Jenner and O.J. Simpson killing his wife, that family would be just another white trash family on TLC. It's true, guys, okay? And it's all about sports. Okay, sports really brought the gold medal and the if I did it guy, O.J. Simpson, whatever. It all brought them together, okay? And I love sports, and as a comedian, I get to travel around and I get to see people do bits, and there's just been this trend lately where people are like speaking badly about sports, and it's always like girls that's never even played a sport. You can tell, okay? And this girl went up and was saying like how bad sports are for the human race, and I just was like, listen, if it wasn't for sports, what would white guys and black guys talk about at the gym? And they didn't ask me back. They didn't ask me back. So I mean, I just don't want to be censored anymore. Like, there's nothing wrong with that joke. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this country or why people get offended. I just hope it gets better. Okay, but I mean, TikTok, guys. Speaking of, no one even talks at the gym anymore. Everyone is staring at their phone, looking at TikTok. It is that it's crazy, guys. I mean, I don't use TikTok a whole lot because they always take my videos down, so they're kind of on my shit list. But if you don't use it a lot, they spam the hell out of you, doing anything to get you to click on the damn app, okay? And the stuff that they know about you, it's getting a little scary, okay? It's almost like a stalker, all right? Because I was making a Facebook post the other day, and right when I was getting ready to click post, an Instagram notification, not an Instagram, a TikTok notification came up, and I didn't have time to like pull my thumb away. So like instead of posting on Facebook, now all of a sudden I'm in like TikTok land. Okay, that's creepy. I mean, it knows not only that I'm in Facebook writing a post, I mean, it knows how long it takes for my thumb to get from like typing all the way down to like the post. That's terrifying, guys. I'm just saying, that's terrifying. All right? And also, if you don't use TikTok a whole lot, it starts getting dark, like really dark. The type of like notifications that'll send you to try to get you to engage with it. You'll be going to bed and it'll be like, good night, Saundra. It's like, first off, why are you telling me good night? How the hell do you know I'm going to bed? And it'll send you like a message saying, POV of me looking at your profile pic. It's like, well, why the hell are you looking at my profile pic? I mean, this is creepy. It's like a stalker, guys. Okay? And then I was driving the other day, and I was texting and driving, okay? I'm texting and driving, and I'm getting spammed by TikTok, okay? I'm trying to find out if we have toilet paper before I get home from work, and my kid's not texting me back, and I'm going through my notes. I know, it's so, like, guys, the world's over. This is it, guys. This is it, all right? So I'm going through my notes to see if I put, toilet paper in my grocery list, and TikTok is sending me messages, notifications. They're like, he's putting something in your drink. I'm like, what? Are you talking to me or at me? And who, like, what, is Bill Cosby in my car? What the hell is going on? I'm in my notes trying to figure out if I need toilet paper. I don't, who's putting it in my, I don't even have a drink. I need a drink, but I'm driving and I can't do that. And it's bad enough I'm distracted because I'm looking through my phone and I can't find anything about my grocery list. And I'm like, it's like, look up. And I'm in my notes and I'm like, look up. Am I now like putting notes in my notes to look up while I'm driving? Because it's kind of foggy. And it's like, no, stupid, look up. You're dead. St. Peter's? No. Osama bin Laden. Osama bin Laden? Oh, shit, it is. I'm in hell. No. My dear child, this is heaven. They let you in heaven? Yes. All jihadis go to heaven. Oh, well, I'm gonna have to be a little honest here, and I hope this doesn't ruin my chances of getting into heaven or anything with your little jihad party, but I've banged a bunch of Jews. Is that gonna keep me? I mean, I've banged enough Jews that I deserve my birthright trip, okay? And it's nothing personal, Osama. I mean, I think Arabs are hot. I do. I mean, it's just, geography, we got the big ocean between us, and, and now that because of you, there's a bunch of refugees here, and look, they're hot. And every time I try to flirt with them at work, they just look at me like, I should have my head chopped off or something. And I'm serious. There's a guy that I work with. I don't know. He's like Syrian and Palestinian and like Lebanese. I mean, he's hot. Get it? He is hot. All right. But I mean, he won't even look at me. And the other day I looked at him like, I gave him the look that I would bang him in the maintenance closet. And he looked at me like I was the creepy old guy at the gym. So listen, it's not this isn't going to fuck up my chances, is it? I don't want to go to hell. But no, and the other day, I was standing behind him at the clock-in clock, and you'll get a kick out of this, Osama. My work is that you're not allowed to clock in until 5 minutes before your shift starts. And if you do it like more than like 2 or 3 times, you'll get in trouble. So we're at the line to clock in, and my crush is there, and he's like right in front of me, and it's 6 minutes, okay? So we have 1 minute left before we can clock in, and he took his little clock-in card and clicked it and walked away, and that was like the hottest thing that I have ever seen. So if they bang me, I would, but it's not, it's not my fault. I'm just saying, did you know they banned you on TikTok? Speaking of TikTok, Osama, you got banned on TikTok? Yeah. I don't know what was, I guess the kids, were talking about you, and you were trending. You were trending on TikTok. And my daughter asked me who Osama bin Laden was. And again, I just made a joke. I was like, he's the reason mommy has to sneak 3-ounce bottles up her pussy because I can't spit a week's worth of shampoo and conditioner and a Ziploc bag. And listen, I know you're not supposed to say pussy on TikTok. You're supposed to say cooter or something, like it's a kid's toy, but it's not. It's not a kid's. It's a pussy. Okay, they took it down. They took it down. So I mean, and I think it's because you're a populist. I think they because populism is really popular right now, and I think they were afraid that some people would get a little. It's getting pretty bad on Earth. I mean, do you smoke weed? I think. I have a vape? Well, that's not my vape pen. This is my vape pen. Does it work in heaven? I'm still in heaven, right? You haven't sent me to hell, right? For all all that Jew banging. I'm allowed to smoke weed in heaven? I love Islam. Seriously, Osama, you got to take a hit. You got to take a hit. Yeah, you need a hit because do I have a story for you? Oh, yes. I mean, yeah, it's getting bad. Have you heard? Did you hear about the Texas hedge fund, vulture hedge fund manager out of Texas? I can't say his name. I can't say his name because how they are on Earth. I mean, they'll put you on the no-fly list. They'll stick their fingers up your ass. You know how it works, okay? You can't piss these people off, or you can't get a passport. But anyway, so this vulture hedge fund manager out of Texas, and this is where you need another hit because you know who he. Okay, do you listen to Alex Jones? You look like an Alex Jones guy. Come on. Take another hit. Take it. Okay. So, good. Okay. So, this guy out of Texas, it is the same guy that Alex Jones is always talking about, the guy who started Bohemian Grove. Oh, yeah. So, this is the guy that I'm talking about, okay? So, he's this vulture hedge fund manager, and he totally bought off the Supreme Court. Oh, big time. It is a total RICO violation. Big time. I mean, listen, okay. He not only took Sam Alito and Clarence Thomas, who's really into bestiality. Did you know that? These people are sick, Osama. They're sick. Okay? But anyways, he took those two jackasses on these luxury fishing trips that cost over I think $100,000, and then he also gave them a bunch of money. And this is all on. I mean, you can get on any media platform in this country and read about this. Okay, this isn't a partisan thing. And not only did he pay those two jack-offs off, he has been funding money to this shadowy network. It's called the Job Creators Network. Okay, it's a far right-wing think tank, I guess, okay? So after Biden decided to forgive the student loan debt, which it's still misrepresented, he was forgiving up to between 10 and 20,000 depending on who the people were and what kind of loan they had, and which is nothing in student loans. I owe $80,000 in student loans. Okay, I needed that $20,000 really badly. Okay, but no, this jackass, this vulture hedge fund manager who makes money by distressed companies, and we know hedge funds compete with banks, so he's trying to diversify into lenders. All the people that lend out loans for college, okay? So, but they need, for him to want to go buy them and make all the money off of interest, he needs those companies to fail. So what he did was, him and a bunch of other people got together and funneled over $200,000 into this Job Creators Network, okay? And this network, this NGO represented, they provided the legal fees for these two other jackasses from Texas, okay? This chick who only had $17,000 in student loans, wah, like that. I would I would let I don't care. I would take so many anal probes up the ass just to only owe 17 grand in student loan debt. Oh my God. I would fucking orgasm nonstop. Like, is there any other, for anyone who's ever had to pay back student loans, I mean, the dream is 17 grand. So I don't see what this crazy bitch was thinking about, other than the fact that after she filed the lawsuit claiming that it was just unfair, like, this is America, like, everything's unfair. I don't even know how you can take that to the Supreme Court by saying, wait a second, this isn't fair. That's not like a legal argument, okay? Or America wouldn't exist. Get it? Anyways, so, but after she filed this lawsuit, she owns a sign company, kind of like probably like a graphic design sign company, and she received a loan for 80 grand from the Paycheck Protection Agency. I haven't looked into them, but after she filed, you know, she got that after she filed the lawsuit, but then that Paycheck Protection Agency place forgave the entire loan except for $2 grand. That's sketchy as hell, okay? And then this other guy, also from Texas, he filed a lawsuit saying that it was unfair because he owed 30 grand in student loans and he was only going to be forgiven 10 grand and not the 20 grand like some borrowers were going to get. And his argument was, because since he only got 10 grand and not 20, was because his parents weren't like impoverished and really poor, so he didn't qualify for Pell Grants because his parents were rich and he has like a master's degree, okay? Most people pay for their masters. It's usually the undergrad that, you know, people need help with. And so that was his argument. So he decided that instead of getting 10 grand to knock his loan down to 20, he was going to instead file a lawsuit stating that it was unfair that because his parents had money, he was only going to be forgiven 10 grand. And that's unconstitutional. And the Supreme Court agreed that that was unconstitutional, which makes no sense because the law doesn't bring in like, oh, rich or poor. It's just the fact that certain sector received, I guess, a benefit and the other people didn't. So how the hell is it constitutional that, how is it unconstitutional that he only gets 10 grand instead of 20 because he in the court perceive it as a punishment because his parents are rich. Okay, so that's unconstitutional, but it's totally constitutional for, you know, poor people like me who my parents suck. My parents are garbage, okay? We should be on TLC, all right? So I had no financial help. I was on my own starting in like my senior year of high school, okay? I had no help from no parents. So it's constitutional to make me go into debt for 80 grand to get the same education that a rich kid gets. Okay, so the argument is bullshit, okay? It is totally bullshit. It is just so this vulture hedge fund manager out of Texas can bankrupt and distress all the lenders throughout the country. That way, they're on the verge of filing bankruptcy, and he's going to come in and he's going to buy them all, and then he's going to make money off of the interest payments. That is what's going on, folks. Okay, and not only did they say that the loan forgiveness was unconstitutional, they also said that income-driven repayment plans were unconstitutional. And all that is the way that they decide how much you owe each month is based off of your income. They know how much money you make. So they said that was unconstitutional, which tripled millions of people's student loan monthly payments, like mine. I mean, my monthly payment is over $300. That's fucking insane. Okay, and get this. Here's the kicker, guys. One, that's not unconstitutional. They've always done it that way. And second off, like if I was to like default and not pay my student loans, they would garnish my wages. Okay, and see, if they were to garnish my wages, they would barely get any more money than what my IDR stipulated. Okay? So they're going to make millions of Americans go into debt and destroy their credit, so they have to spend a lifetime of paying high interest rates for the rest of their lives so they can garnish people's wages and get the same amount that the IDR had stipulated. This is nuts, guys. Osama, you gotta send me back. You gotta send me. Yes, I'll convert. I'll be a Muslim. I'll wear a hijab. You just gotta send me back, please. I want to be like James Bond. I mean, no, I'm not gonna neutralize the vulture hedge fund manager. I'm not gonna do that. I just want to take a shit in his pool. Yeah, I want to take a shit in his pool, like I'm James Bond. Only I'm Muslim now, so I'm Abu Bond. I want to start a trend. A trend where everyone goes and takes a shit in their favorite CEO, their pool. And then you can post it on TikTok. That's not misinformation. I mean, Osama, you got to send me back, please. I'm not afraid to mess with Texas. No, I will take a shit on Joe Rogan's head. Yes, I will. I don't. Screw him, too. I mean, I will pop a tent in front of his little mothership comedy club, and I'll just sprinkle my lice over everyone that walks by. I don't care. I will climb up on the roof and sit there like one of those gargoyles, just looking down at everyone. Like, where you going, Joe? Where you going? What are you? Oh, you gonna get a hose? I'm not afraid of a hose. I got a super soaker, bitch, filled with piss. How do you like that guy? How do you like the hepatitis B piss? And Bond, Abu Bond. I don't care anymore. I'm sick of being censored. Okay, TikTok, another video they took down. I made a joke about Bob Dylan. I love Bob Dylan, and I just made a joke that, if Bob Dylan didn't have a mic to sing into, he would have been a serial killer. And yeah, he is the type of guy that would, roll some bitch up in a rug and then toss her over the bridge on the way to a President's Day mattress sale. I mean, that's the joke. And that's what Lay Lady Lay is about, which is my favorite song. Except for Tangled in Blue, but that didn't really fit in with the joke. But I love Lay Lady Lay, Lay Lady Lay, lay in my big brass bed. Anyways, they took it down. So I'm sorry. I'm so disgruntled, America. So anyways, my kid just got home from school. I have to go fix dinner and help her pick out classes for next year. Anyways, that has been Comedy's Dead. So like, follow, and subscribe.